Mugen TV versus Corner.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another video. And today we're going to talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ, because if you guys don't know, the World Tour has finally ended, and we're about to start up the next World Tour. So, you know, after every World Tour, they always have an announcement, reveal the next possible season with some upcoming DLC characters, and so forth and so on. So we have gotten a reveal of 2 characters that's going to be included in Season 3, and also they also showed off that there's going to be some gameplay changes to Season 3 as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what they have and everything. So we're going to go look at the trailers of Season 3, and then I'll give you my thoughts and my opinion. Let's have a discussion about it, 'cause I think it's quite interesting, because the internet kind of exploded a day ago about this, and I really wanted to wait on this because I had other videos I wanted to get out of the way. But let's just dive right into this right now. So we're gonna go over to Event Hubs, where I normally go. It looks like Kefla and Ultra Instinct's Goku, which of course no one's seen that coming, is added to Season 3. We're just gonna look at the trailer. We don't really have to look at any of the read any of the news article or anything like that. Everything's self-explanatory right here.
Peggy 12.
So here we go. Go full screen this. And I remember seeing somebody data mined or something like that when they showed off this dramatic finish for Goku versus when you beat Jiren or something like that. And this is also from the Tournament of Power arc in Dragon Ball Super. So I love this showing in this game. Gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to him. Goku, 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 and more Goku. Like, I'm not even hyped, like, for Ultra Instincts. Like, we just knew he was ever since Ultra Instincts was like revealed in the anime itself, we just knew. I knew it was gonna be there's a possibility he was gonna come. Alright, the spring. I like how they faked everybody out with this right here. Yeah, Kefla. Oh, I also like them as individual characters. Well, more so Khalifa as an individual character. Okay. Got to make sure that Broly aspect to us as well, of course. Awesome. Yeah, victory pose is dope too. Dope. That's fan service right there. Alright. Hopefully the three other characters are worthwhile. Alright, so we do. Alright, so this is what we have right here. We have Kefla and we have Ultra Instinct's Goku, which I find now Kefla I was hoping that we eventually get her, or Khalifa we eventually get, but Ultra Instinct's Goku, I kind of figured that was going to happen. The moment they revealed him in Dragon Ball Super, I said he's definitely going to be in Dragon Ball FighterZ. No doubt about that at all. Now, as far as gameplay changes are concerned, they're talking to the producer of Dragon Ball FighterZ has explained that there's going to be some gameplay changes to Dragon Ball FighterZ, that there's going to be emphasis more so on the gameplay changes, and which I really appreciate. That's what they're going to do, because a lot of people was hoping that they would probably do something like that. So what we're going to do is, let me see, Dragon Ball FighterZ. The gameplay changes that they were talking about is pretty much now you're gonna have character assist changes, Z select, Z assist select, which I think is pretty cool that they want to do with this game, and I think that's a really good thing, is because it also, I think, to me, in my opinion, that this is a big game changer here, is because a lot of people, there's a lot of characters that everybody would love to use, or their viability is based on their pretty much their assists and everything. So like characters like Krillin, which everybody really rooting for Krillin to be a good character, and Krillin has a lot of potential, but that assist, because I use Krillin as well, that assist, I can't stand that assist. He just chugs out that little pebble, or sometimes a Senzu bean come out. I just think that assist is very useless, but there's some players out there who was able to make it work with their setup and everything like that. But this does change the overall aspect of the game now. It's because now if you can switch the assists, certain characters that were only used for their assists or whatever like that, now you be able to see variety in different matchups, as opposed to having a bunch of different Gokus at the top, especially like little Goku, and just all the high tier characters that everybody picks on their team, because not only their assists, they're also just good characters. Now that you're able to select your assists, maybe we'll see more characters like Android 17, who's one of my favorite characters and stuff like that. But to also see what other combinations, and that's what they want to emphasize, is the combinations of teams, the combinations of different assists. And I think overall it's going to generate a lot of new hype, and it'll probably bring a whole lot more variety in the competitive scene, especially when you get to like the top 8s and stuff like that, which I think is pretty cool. So I know there's a lot of Krillin fans, a lot of other fans out there of like low tier characters. There could be a possibility that they can pretty much be utilized even more with their team synergy, which I think is pretty cool. They also want to focus on other aspects too, in order to balance it out as well. Like I said before, they want to also change how players select certain characters and stuff. They don't want a one-sided playing field. That's why they also said that there's going to be I guess you would say a new comeback mechanic, which I wonder what it's going to be at this point. I mean, we do have the burst that they have, I can't remember the name of it, and I thought that was a comeback mechanic to itself, but they're implying that there's going to be other changes in order to allow players who have one character left to be able to still make a comeback. And I think, to me, comebacks does generate a lot of hype, especially in the competitive scene and stuff, because I also think that there should be a way for a player to come back, not due to the help of a super cheap comeback mechanic, but a little assistance that allow them to still be able to push through, opposed to like, oh man, I'm down to one character, and this person clearly has 3 characters. There's no way, like, you might as well just set the controller down. So I'm glad that they're doing something about that. As long as it's not too broken, I'm all for it. And as long as it's not like that their player is being rewarded for getting their ass kicked and stuff like that, I'm all for it. Because I thought that X Factor in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was kind of like too good at some points, to where they're just more rewarded for taking them down to one character, and they can just flip the switch and then come back. So if they balance in a way where the players still have to put some effort in while having this little assistance in the comeback mechanic, I think that'll be pretty cool. So the thing is, this game is looking more and more like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, or the replacement for Marvel vs. Capcom, since Infinite couldn't do his job. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite couldn't do his job. So, like I said before, when they first announced this, when they announced that it was going to be 3 versus 3 tag team, everybody's saying, "Oh man, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is back," and everything. And now that you having Z assist select, man, that definitely puts more and more emphasis on the fact that this is getting closer to being more like a Marvel vs. Capcom game. And there's a lot of people right now that's saying that they're getting tired of this game and whatever like that, because of gameplay, certain gameplay elements and gameplay aspects. But from the looks of it, and from what I've seen, comments from Twitter, event hubs, and social media and everything like that, it seems like that this Z assist select and a couple other gameplay changes, maybe a thing that will bring players back or keep them even more invested in this game. And the fact that they have a season 3 on top of that, it shows that this game still has a lot of life left in it, and they want to keep pushing and everything. Now, as far as characters are concerned and what they're doing with the overall changes, they also revealed that they have a new character select screen as well. That's gonna change everything. And what I find funny is the way they did the character select screen is the fact is that they separated from like pretty much the heroes, the good guys in Dragon Ball, and then you have the other side, which is villains or characters who used to be villains on one side. But when you look at the hero side, most of it is filled with not only Saiyans but multiple transformations of Goku, and also multiple variations of Vegeta and stuff, which I think, in my opinion, despite how good that I think they did for a Dragon Ball fighting game, I think the overall lackluster, or the overall lacking thing about this game is its roster. Is for the simple fact that Dragon Ball has a huge variety of characters, diverse characters that for some reason they're refusing to utilize for some reason. And I understand that when it comes to anime licensed property, it's more so about selling products, selling toys, merchandise, and stuff like that. So I don't really think it's a full-on Bandai Namco decision. I think it's also to do with like Toei Animation or Shueisha, I believe. I think that has a lot to do with them, because like I said, it's more about the products and selling merchandise than it is trying to cater to the fans and cater to, you know, the fighting game community and stuff like that. So I see why that we're gonna see different variations of Goku, and I see why we're gonna see different variations of Vegeta. But that character select screen, man, like I do like the overall changes to it, but dear God, hopefully get some more variety. I wonder what the last 3 characters are going to be added to this season 3 paths. I really hope that we get Tapion at some point, because Tapion is one of my favorite Dragon Ball characters. He appeared in the movie or whatever like that, but Tapion I think would be pretty dope. But that's the only character that I'm super hyped. I would be super hyped for it. It may even get me to go back and play the game and everything. But that's pretty much my overall thoughts and my opinions on this. And the thing is, do you think this is like the last season? Will this be the last season for this game? This game been released in 2017, so this game been out for like 3 years now. So most of the time when it comes to fighting games, their life cycle is normally about 2 years before they start getting everything together with resources and how they want to plan out a sequel. But that wraps this video up. I definitely want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about season 3? Do you think this is the end for Dragon Ball FighterZ? And do you think they're going to move on to a sequel? Or do you think they're going to move on to another anime licensed property? I would love to see maybe a My Hero's Academia or a Naruto, or maybe Bleach or something like that, or One Piece game made by Arc System Works. Now, the only thing that I'm afraid of, because we're going through this trend with these animes, is that if we do get a Naruto, I pray to God that we don't get multiple versions of Naruto and Sasuke, or multiple versions of Luffy or Ichigo or something like that in their fighting games, because I think that'd be just, I don't know, that'd just be a bummer. But I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the changes? Is it enough to get you to get back into the game if you had left? Do you think that this Z Assist Select is going to pretty much change the overall dynamic of how teams are pretty much composed and everything? So if you like the video, like, share, pass it around, subscribe, and if you want to hear more news and details related to Dragon Ball FighterZ, make sure you click that bell to be notified. This is MugenLord signing off. See you Game Fiends later. Peace out. It looks like you reached the end of the video. Well, while you're at it, check out some of my other discussion videos by clicking on the annotations below, and don't forget to follow me on other social media platforms to stay up to date with future content. Signing off.